What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to episode 8 of Manny's Food Channel. And today, just like last week, I've been craving pasta, so I'm going to continue with that, and I'm going to do a shrimp scampi. Now, there's a maximum of 11 ingredients here, easy to make, very simple if you're on the go. And this recipe includes some shallots, some angel hair pasta. It's just a skinnier version of spaghetti. And I have some shrimps, some chili flakes, some chicken stock. Now you can use white wine to deglaze the pan, but I'm going to use chicken stock instead. And I have some grana padano or parmesan, some cherry tomatoes, and we're going to use the juice of a lemon and grate it as well, some garlic and some basil, also with a little bit of olive oil as well. So let's get to it. Alright, so this recipe is really easy to make. There's only 2 ingredients that you're actually going to have to prep. One of them is the shallots that we're going to slice up really thinly, and the other one's going to be the tomatoes. So first I'm going to slice up the shallot, and depending on the size of your shallot, maybe cut it in half. And all we're going to do is we're just going to cut it into thin slices. Because we don't want it to burn, or we don't want it to burn very easily. So we're just gonna cut into thin slices. And I like to use lots of shallots because it provides a lot of flavor in the dish. So I was originally going to just tear the basil into the dish, but I decided I'm gonna shiv it out instead. So what I did here is I just stacked the biggest basil to the smallest basil to the very top. I'm just gonna roll it into a small cigar shape, and then you slice this so it's ready to go when we're ready to cook it. And all you have to do is just slice them into very, very thin slices. And the final ingredient that we're preparing is the cherry tomatoes. All you have to do is cut it in half. Now I bought tri-colored cherry tomatoes. You can buy any kind you have in your local superstore or grocery store. So I'm just going to quickly cut this in half, and then we'll get to cooking the dish. Okay everyone, that's all the prep that we got to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to season the shrimp with a little bit of salt and pepper, and we're going to just quickly saute them or cook them off. And so I'm just going to quickly mix this together. Okay, so now everything's ready to go. I have a pot of boiling water on for the spaghetti. So I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil and first cook up the shrimp. I'm putting this on medium to low heat, just enough to cook it without having to put any excess color on the shrimp. And it only takes about 30 seconds to 1 minute on each side before you flip it, just so you don't overcook it. So now I'm going to let this cook for another 30 seconds. But while I do that, I'm going to throw in just a little bit of the lemon zest, just to give it an extra kick and a little bit of citrus flavor into the shrimp. So I'm going to cook everything in the same pan, that way we don't have to use excess amount of utensils. So in the same pan where I cook the shrimp, I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. And I'm going to throw in my shallots, and I'm going to quickly sweat them off for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, so now that the shallots have been sweating off for a couple minutes, I'm going to throw in my chili flakes. And I'm going to grate my garlic cloves as well. And cook these off for probably around 2 to 3 minutes. Just until the flavors start to release and start to get well incorporated into the shallots. And just use a grater to grate the garlic into the dish. You don't need any fancy gadgets. That way it's quickly and easily done. And then we'll mix this around and let it cook for a couple minutes. And while this is cooking, I'm going to cook off my spaghetti as well. So I have the boiling pot of water in the back here. I'm just going to quickly toss it in. So next up, I'm going to throw in the tomatoes. And this is a step where you can add white wine if you like, but I'm not going to add white wine. I am going to add some chicken stock just to deglaze the pan and let some of the tomatoes and flavors incorporate with one another. Okay, so this mixture has reduced and it's starting to become a little bit thick, and I've timed my pasta so that they cook at the same time and I can add in the pasta as this is thickening up. So now I'm going to add the pasta straight from the pot to this mix. Not too much because the hero of the dish will be the shrimps. So I'm going to add this. Quickly give it a mix. And next up, I'm going to add the shrimps back. Zest some more lemon in there to give it a bit of freshness and a little bit of citrus. I'm going to squeeze just a touch of lemon juice. Throw in some of the chiffonade basil. And finally, I'm going to grate some of the Parmesan in there. Now I like Parmesan, so I'm going to grate a lot or extra in there. And at this point, I'm going to turn the heat off and let the residual heat cook the pasta. And just quickly mix this together. Okay, so now it's time to plate.
And there you have it, folks. Shrimp scallopini alla mani. Lots of Parmesan, lots of cheese, lots of tomatoes, shrimp, basil, plate full of deliciousness. Let's take a bite and see how it is.
Alright friends, and now for the taste test. It's around 4 o'clock today and I haven't even eaten yet, so I'm 100% sure that this is going to taste amazing, but you won't know until you taste it. Cheers. This is extremely delicious. Anyways, I can't wait to devour this food, so I'm going to get going. But have a try, let me know how it is. It's very easy to make, especially when you're on the go and you don't have too much time to cook. So cook it up and let me know how it is. Till next time. How's it going, friends? Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe to my channel, and leave me some feedback on how I can make my videos better and or what kind of recipes you'd like to see, and I'll try and make that happen. Till next time.